the future's looking bright. Let's light it up. We'll light this party up. You better buckle up.
All right, that song you just heard is called Light This Party Up. It's from Rocket Science, which is the brand new album by Rick Springfield. In fact, we are experiencing what is known as a reconnaissance. That would be the renaissance of Rick Springfield right now as we're living and breathing, and Rick Springfield joins us right now. Happy reconnaissance, Rick Springfield.
Yeah, it's an odd word, but I'll take it.
I bet you will. I mean, forget about the new album, Rocket Science, which we don't want to forget about. It's pretty cool that you got your 18th album out, but also you were just in the film Ricky and the Flash with Meryl Streep and also on True Detective on HBO. Where is this coming from, Rick Springfield? You're everywhere.
Well, I think it's just perseverance. I think my one strength is perseverance, and I've always, had big dreams, and I know that a long career involves ups and downs, and I was prepared to stay in the game.
Tell us about Light This Party Up, because I understand that you were inspired by this song while you were on vacation in Tahiti.
A glass of red wine on the Tahiti beach. The song just naturally came out as Light This Party Up. But I did actually write it, because it was before we shot the Ricky and the Flash, and they were looking for a final song for Meryl Streep's character to have written. They went with another one, which actually suited her character much better. But I liked, the song, so I kept it for my record.
Well, I like the song too, and what I like about it is, as a student of guitar, I love the driving chords that start the thing, which is sort of characteristic of a good Rick Springfield song. I mean, I remember the classic, lick from Jesse's Girl, which is like iconic now in rock music. The driving chords really are sort of a factor of what you put into your music.
Yeah, I actually I hadn't realized that. You said that. I guess it does have a similar kind of intro feel with a chord riff. And then I like that, the small verse and the big chorus. I've always liked that approach.
I really enjoyed your performance in Ricky and the Flash. I thought it was great, and it was great to see you, on stage. But also, what I loved about it was that all of those songs were recorded live.
Right. Jonathan Demme, a director who, as an actor's director, he knows what real music looks like on screen, and it doesn't look like lip syncing. So he wanted, but it turned out great, because when the band starts cooking, you can see the look on our faces and us looking at each other, and you don't get that when you're just miming to a track. So I thought it was a really smart move.
You talk about your perseverance, and it's hard enough to persevere in the music industry or in the field of acting. You've actually been able to persevere in both of those career tracks for the last 30 years now. How is that? How have you been able to do that? I got to ask, because it's generally speaking, somebody can't be a two-sport kind of guy like that. You either end up picking baseball or football.
They both come out of the same center, same whatever creative or whatever center out of me. So I don't really view them as separate careers. I just view them as separate elements, side elements of one career. So I never, people always ask me, what do you like best, or if you had to choose, but I haven't had to choose. And most actors I know actually do something else really well too, because, rarely do you go, unless you're Meryl Streep, you don't go from movie to movie to movie to movie. There's downtime. So a lot of actors I know, paint. There a lot of actors are musicians, and so I don't think it's probably quite as rare as it seems. I just had, I have a lot of persistence, and I have a lot of drive, and that puts me in the arena for things like this, I think.
I hope that you have as much success with this album as you've had with past ones, but you've got to let me ask a question about that song, Jesse's Girl, because I read somewhere that it almost was Gary's Girl.
Well, the guy's name was Gary. I actually storyteller show that I take out with video walls, and I tell a lot of the stories about the song. It's kind of a very opposite show to our pedal to the metal band show. It's kind of an intimate, laid-back thing, and I just tell a story about that where the guy's name was Gary, and I actually tried that, and apologies to all guys named Gary, it just didn't have any fire for the song. So I changed it to Randy, I was trying to find a name that would inspire me, because I had the feeling, for the girl and everything, and that didn't work either. So I eventually settled on Jessie, and that sang well. A lot of it has to do with the way it sings in a song. How it sounds in your mouth when you sing it. I mean, there's a lot of
and what
to do with lyrics rather than just writing them down. I mean, what
was Jessie's girl's name?
I don't remember, actually. I knew them for about 3 months, and I never got close enough to her to learn her name. She was just like, I was just, this burning babe from afar.
That's what made the song so good.
I got to know him, but she wouldn't have anything to do with me, which is why the song came about.
That's brilliant. I got to ask, MTV was such a big part of the music scene when you started, and frankly, I think was a big part of making a lot of stars back then the stars that they were, because we could suddenly visualize those recording artists. What do you think of the industry today, where really YouTube has sort of taken that place now instead of that strong network? Yeah,
well, YouTube's right. I mean, YouTube's great, but it's like if MTV started, that there were 20 million MTV channels, I mean, there was only one MTV channel, and if you wanted to see a band, you watched that show, so it was a big deal to get on that show. Now you can put anything on YouTube. I mean, and I think the thing is having people having people find their way to whatever you put up on YouTube.
You think it's harder now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that's that's why everyone's looking for like the magic viral video, and all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of different opportunities. Other things take the place of what's gone, but there's a lot more opportunity, but there's also a lot more for people to have to find, and I think that's a challenge.
Well, Rick Springfield's new album is Rocket Science. It is available now through iTunes, and really amazing talking to you. I feel like I already know you from following your career for so long. And actually, I saw you live with my kids, actually, at a concert in Southern California in Orange County, and it was amazing to see 3 generations rocking out to Rick Springfield. That must be very gratifying for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, this Rocket Science is actually the highest debuting record I've had since 1985. So,
wow,
I think that's a good.
You need to take more vacations to Tahiti. Clearly,
I think so. I know
that's the lesson from all this.
All right, thanks a lot, Rick Springfield. Thanks for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Thanks, appreciate it.
With that body, I just know it. Yeah, he's holding her in his arms late at night.
It is now 6:15 on WMAL, where Washington comes to talk. Time to check in on our traffic and weather. Every 10 minutes first on the 5s. Here is Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brian. It just doesn't get old, does it?
By the way, Jesse's girl, actual name, Jamie Whitten.
Is that it?
Yeah, I lied.
Were you in real life Jesse's girl?
He said he couldn't hear my name. But wait.